We are live on a Tuesday. We're going to talk about a behavior. How do we just understanding why do we do the things that we do? And one of the models that I've adopted and really have gained a great appreciation for since my time in the security space a number of years back is Calm B. And it comes out of research that was done in the UK. You can go in and take a look at the actual research report. Behavior change wheel, a new method for characterizing and designing behavior change intervention by Susan Michie and team. Awesome model. And the first thing that we need to look at when we're trying to determine why someone does the thing that they do is first understand capability. Capability. And when I think of capability, I think about this in the context of both knowledge and skill. What do they know how to do? What do they know? Do they know how to how to do the behavior? Do they know how to do the activity? Do they know how to do the thing? Do they know how to do it? And the second side is skill. Can they actually do it? So it's knowledge and skill. So let's go put knowledge here and skill. So capabilities, that first C. The next one is opportunity. Do they actually have the right opportunity to do the thing, the behavior that we want? Um, are they working in the right operating environment? Think about inside your teams, inside your organization. We talk about wanting to have radical candor, but culturally we don't. We push people down if they speak up or if they speak out of turn. We like to talk about being innovative, but we push people down or we silence them when they're when we run in when they bring up new ideas or new approaches. We dismiss the activity. So for opportunity, the two areas I like to look at here are leadership, culture, and work. And the reason why I go leadership, culture, and work here is what kind of behavior is the leadership team reinforcing? What is the accepted culture, how we do what we do inside the business, inside the organization? So capability, knowledge, and skill, opportunity, leadership, culture, work. The reason why I put work in there is because sometimes people just are doing too much. So they haven't created the right opportunity for them to get the things done that are most important. They struggle with things like prioritization, capability, opportunity, and then motivation. Are they actually motivated? Why are they motivated to do the work? Are they driven by it? And you think about when you go through the process of hiring people, you want to hire people who are driven to solve for the problem that you solve for as an organization, or excited about the cause that you're focused on as an organization, or excited about serving the people that you serve as part of your organization. If you have all three of these, then we can start to get a better understanding of either why behavior happens or how we go through the process of changing behavior. If you're lacking any of these three, then you're going to be in a situation where it's going to be really, really difficult to change behavior inside your organization. So, tactically speaking, whether you apply it to yourself or you apply it to others, capability. Is this a knowledge or skill problem? If we're good on the knowledge side, check, and we're good on the skill side, check, move forward. Opportunity. Have we created the right operating environment for people to be successful from a leadership perspective, from a culture perspective? Have we evaluated where people are spending time, energy, and attention? Are we giving people too much work to do? Are people taking on too much? Check. Then move into motivation. And the reason why I start with the first two is because knowledge and skill are really simple to assess for. You can test people relative to knowledge, and then you can observe people relative to skill. This is where training and coaching come into place if that's the challenge that we want to address. Opportunity is another one that's really simple to assess for. You can use things like ENPS surveys, employee net promoter score surveys to understand what's happening inside the culture. Do people feel like they can speak up? Uh, you can look at your leadership team and say, do we have the right leaders in place? Are we enabling our leaders to be as successful as they can be, as impactful as they can be inside the organization? Um, are we trying to do too much as a team? Are we doing a lot of work? Is that work aligned directly with our strategy? If not, let's figure out ways to eliminate that. So these are all things that we can assess pretty quickly. This is the hard one. Motivation. Why do people do the thing that they do? Why do they get super excited about doing the kind of work? Um, what kind of work do they want to do? This is where that relationship between leadership and people inside the organization, or across people inside the organization, that level of candor, transparency becomes really, really important. You have to ask a lot of questions. You have to observe. I think this one's probably the toughest one, because some people will say that they're motivated and they really aren't. Some people will say that they want to change, but they really don't. This model again comes out of the UK. It's Michi, Vance, Stalin, and West, and it's the behavior change wheel, a new method for characterizing and designing behavior change interventions. So we can use this to assess why certain behaviors are happening. And so, current state, what behaviors are certain, why and what. Then get into things like desired state. Where do we want to go? Just quickly, think about a technology implementation that you're doing inside your organization. Do people adopt the technology? Well, do they know how to use it? Yes or no? If they don't know how to use it, how can they adopt it? Can they do it? Can they actually do the work? Yes or no? If they can't do the work, how are we going to get them to adopt it? We've got to be able to take care of both of those things. Have we given people the right opportunity? When they go back into their workflow, does the tool actually align? Does it enable them? Yes or no? If it doesn't enable them to do work, if it becomes something else that they have to do, it's going to be hard to drive this level of adoption. When they go back into the workplace, does the um, does the organization, or does the leadership say, I know that's what they said about the training, but we really need to drive our numbers, so I need you to do this? That's a culture and leadership challenge inside your organization. Do they have the motivation to do it? Have we put in the right incentives for people to do the work? Do people know that if they actually are using the technology, their success in the work that they're doing will increase? Yes or no? Um, do uh, do they do it because they understand the value of the data that's being collected? Yes or no? Are we incentivizing them to go and do the work, either with some kind of rewards, or looking at some punishment if they're not doing it, it's consequences? Three components support behavior change. If things aren't going the direction that you expect them to inside the organization, that you'd like them to go inside the organization, evaluate against these three. The thing that I would suggest is be really careful about making assumptions. And here's a really good example that you can go through. Imagine you're in a situation where you've got the knowledge and skill. The workplace perceives that you have the opportunity, but you're not actually able to make the change happen, because the misperception about the opportunity side of things, the misperception of the gaps that exist there from a leadership and culture perspective. All of a sudden, you start to guess, you start to assume, you make inferences that the reason why something's not happening is because you're not motivated to do it. That's a really, really slippery slope when you start making those assumptions. So be very deliberate about how you use a tool like this, how you use it to assess things. And you can do a quick assessment. Heck, this stuff even works inside your family. Like COM-B behavior model applied to the kitchen table. Kids leave the kitchen table, dishes are always left at the kitchen table. Do people know where the dishes belong? Yes, they belong in the sink. Actually, even better, they belong in the dishwasher. Do they have the capability to do it? Yes. Kids are healthy. They're able to pick things up. They're strong. They can move things into the sink. They can wash it off. And they can put it into the dishwasher. Okay, so we've got the capability to do it. Opportunity. Is there anything that's getting in the way? Well, is the dishwasher overloaded? Is the sink overloaded? Are we asking them to go do other things? Oh, dishwasher is not overloaded. Sink is not overloaded. We're not asking them to do other things. We've set the expectation. We're not doing other things to get them in the way. They've got the opportunity. So what is it? It's a motivation challenge. And in that instance, in our family, it was a motivation challenge. Now we're at the point where the dishes at least make it to the kitchen counter. They have not yet started making it into the dishwasher. Love to hear how you apply things like COM-B, what you think about the model. Take a look at the research on it. If you do a quick search for COM-B UK, you'll find the research paper on this. If you have questions, drop them in the comments or send them to me directly. Sales is a thinking process. Business is a thinking process. Life is a thinking process. How are you thinking differently about your process? Thank you.